Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to Valiant Customs. I'm Steve. Today, well this video, I'm going to cover tearing down the door or taking the door off, probably getting the glass out of the door and the track for the door or for the glass for the door, getting into that, taking that apart. I don't know if there's a whole lot of information on the internet on how to do that or to help people do that or anything. So I want to do that. But I have a bunch of stuff I want to get shoved in this video. So a lot of it's probably going to be hyperdrive. I want to get the door done. I want to get this thing in primer. I'm tired of seeing it bare metal. I'm tired of looking at my body work. I'm ready to get this thing in primer and get it out of here. Get it to my friend's house so he can, so we can get it cut down and put it on his Duramax chassis and just get started on that and building it from there. At that point, it is going to be probably a collaboration between my channel and A&M Motorsports. I'll get the exact page and everything for his too. Anyways, let's get started. This is going to be kind of a quick rundown just on what I'm doing. On here, there's a bolt here. I broke it off, but there's a bolt there and a bolt down here on the bottom. And then up here, there we go. Up here, there's the door panel itself that covers this hole here up. There's a bolt there and a bolt there and a bolt up in there, up in this side. And then down here on the bottom, this little cover here covers this up. So you got to take that out. And then all three of those holes have bolts in them. And then the door should slide off. I chose to take it off this way because I'm hoping that doing it that way and not taking it out of the door jamb, hopefully it'll line up better and everything. So those are the two spots. So as you can tell, I'm just taking the paint off the drip rail, the door jamb, getting all the paint off of it, getting it ready for primer. I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys with me, stripping the paint off of here with a wire wheel. It's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to hurry up and get this done, and hopefully I'll be able to get some seam sealer. So hopefully I can get some seam sealer in here. And I probably won't get it painted tonight or primered tonight, but hopefully at least get it primered this weekend. Bring you back when I have something a little more exciting. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys understand. I've never taken an international door apart before or anything, so I'm not sure how any of it does come apart. I will tell you that I've already taken some of the trim out right here in the window jamb here, the felt. That's these, and it's just like a square body, a Chevy square body. It just pops down into place. You can take some pliers, bend it out a little bit, put some pliers like on this hook, and just pull it and it'll pop right out. And that's the two that on this side that's on each side of the glass of the window. And then this piece here was actually, I'm gonna aim you guys down a little bit more here. Okay. This piece here was actually up in here, and it's got clips. There's 3 clips in it that hold this up in there, and then it pops back in here, and the window felt here. This piece of trim has a screw here, and that's what holds that up in place on this end. So I took the screw out and was able to bend this felt here out just a little bit to pull this out. And then I went in and put the screw back in that piece of felt so that I didn't lose it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you in hyperdrive here, and we're gonna learn this together. Boy, are we in for a joy, I'm sure. I'm having problems getting the glass out, but I wanted the side glass, there's a hook or a hole right here on the side glass, and it hooks right here on this, like this. Oops, back up. And anyway, it goes on here like this and goes up in there. I just wanted to make sure to point that out. There's a hook right here for it. It's actually like, it pivots with it too, so I don't know. I've definitely different than what I'm used to working with. So anyways, just wanted to bring you in and show you that. I don't think that there's anything. Oh yeah, there's a pin in the upper part. Looks like it broke or something here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll get into that later. But yes, I am having issues with this coming out. It's moving and everything. Well, we'll just keep you in hyperdrive until we get that out and everything. Just want to bring you guys up to speed. So here I'm taking the screws out for the latch, and the lock on the other side is what's holding it. That's why you saw me put the vice grips on there, but it doesn't, the ring on the outside of the lock doesn't twist off. There is, hopefully you can, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so right there, oh, get my fat fingers out of the way. Right here is a clip that I got to take off, and then that'll come out. The door handle, it's just a push button door handle that pushes on the mechanism, so that doesn't have to come off yet. It will when I go to strip the front of the door off, the paint off the door. You also saw, well, let me turn you around here. You also saw that I took the side felts out of the side of the window and everything. I haven't taken the wing mirror out yet, and the glass was able to come right out the hole, this hole here, once I took the brace that goes from here down to this section of the door that held the felt. So there's a screw in this hole that had this little, what did I do? There it is. Had this little plug in there. There's a screw in there for the vent window itself. Let's see. What else did I take out? I think that's all I took out. I mean, that glass was fighting me for a while, but if you notice on the glass itself, this thing, the bearing or the slide for this glass, it doesn't come out. There's no way of there's no way of taking it out of there. So that whole thing has to come out unless you pop this here off. And I really didn't want to do that and take the chance of breaking the glass or anything. This is that piece that I was talking about that has 2 screws here at the bottom of the door and then 1 screw up here that held the window in. What else? Well, we're getting there. One more thing that I just found out. Let me lower you down a little bit. That clip for the lock is underneath this weather strip. Ugh, this weather strip's gonna be replaced anyways because it's just as old as the truck is. Okay, so it's right there. So you just wedge this out somehow. A pair of vice grips. Or clamping pliers, whichever you guys prefer to use for what these are. Oh, no, too big. So maybe all right, I'm just gonna have to find another screwdriver, a bigger one to pop that out of there. Need a little bit of repair right here, which this is pretty common with them, I guess, where it splits right there by the wing window. So I'll probably, I'll grind that down and bring that up and match it up the best I can and just weld it in and then grind it down smooth. And it should look just like new. All right, so that's everything though. I got the wing window out. I had to pull the rubber that goes around the window so I could get that screw, and then there's one there, and then there's one right there, and then one right there, and then it just slides right out. I think this is a good stopping point for tonight. Tomorrow hopefully I'll get the other door out, get that one tore apart, get the cab finished as far as grinding down all the little tedious little paint spots like right in here where the window goes and everything. Get that taken care of. Then we can go on to primering it. The primer, I want the primer on. I'm not too worried about these doors right now. I can get those primered and painted and put back together, or primered and put back together anytime. I'll just make sure that I put the screws in a bag and mark them for the doors and all the door parts so I don't lose them. And like I said, I guess that's it for tonight. Oops, oh boy. So I'll catch you tomorrow morning, or tomorrow evening actually. I have to work in the morning. Got the passenger side off, ran into some problems. You can see the hinge is hanging there because one bolt just stripped off, so I tried from the back side. Well, the plate won't fit through that way, so that's a no-go. So I had to cut the door open. And this one here was the one that was rusted and stripped out, and the head was all rounded off and everything. sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get that out of there. And that's what I had to do. And now I'm going to have to repair it when I go to put it back together. Whew. Andrew's the guy that this build is for, and Andrew, don't worry, it's okay. I just wanted to show you guys that things happen. It's not, you know, it's not Hollywood movies or anything like that. Things happen, and you just got to deal with the curveballs that are dealt to you. All right, guess we'll go on to another adventure. We're getting closer to getting it ready for paint. This up here, I put, I believe I showed you where there's like a dent here, and like 2 of them here and 1 here, something like that. But there was dents here. There's a dent right here. This one here, I used my little Harbor Freight stud welder. Love that tool. I've done quite a few cars getting dents out with that tool. Anyway, so I used that, welded some of the plugs or whatever the studs on here, bang those out. These here, I didn't worry about doing any, you know, stud welding and pulling them out or anything, because I don't know why I didn't, but I didn't. And but anyways, went ahead and put fiberglass down on both of them first. Then I put the plastic body filler or whatever you want to call it on there after that. I don't, well, let me bring you in here a little bit closer. I don't know if it'll show on camera or not, but like right here, it's got a little whoop-de-doo right there, little one right here, a little one that goes up a little bit here, a little one right here, little one right here and here. Guys, I like the imperfections, especially on this truck, on International Loadstar. They're meant to be grain trucks, work trucks, dump trucks. They're hard-working trucks. They worked hard for the dings and dents and everything else that they got in them. So because of that, I do leave some of them. You know, I get rid of the rust, or try my best to get rid of the rust. But I mean, I almost would have left this dent down here on this. Oops, sorry. I would have almost left the dent down here even. But I'm glad I didn't. It looks better like that. There's other, let me turn you around. I'll show you these imperfections. Okay, so we come along here, and all of a sudden right here, it's got the dip. It dips right here, and then finally comes up. It's smashed right here, real thin. And then where else? And before I took this off, this whole thing, this whole drip rail, it did have Bondo or body filler on it. So they were trying to cover up any imperfections. There's, you know, dents right here and a dip. I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem at all with that. This side here, the drip rail that I made, like, oh, you can't really tell, but right here's where I welded it up. It comes in here, and we had a little misfortune with the shear or whatever. It happens. You can't really tell a whole lot, but I know it's there. It's an imperfection, and I'm good with it. I like it. Right here is another imperfection of where I welded. I'll fill there's a hole on the bottom where it was just way too big of a gap. I don't know if I can show you, but oh yeah, there it is. That will get filled with seam sealer. And then, I mean, it just, some imperfections I like. I don't mind it one bit. Whereas I got more just regular dents in in the truck itself. There's one there. I don't know. Anyways, like I was saying, some imperfections, not a bad thing. Adds character. I'm getting close to getting it done. I'm ready to go in primer. I want to go ahead and the back part, move down. Sorry for all the camera things. And anyways, this part here, I want to go ahead and sand it down, get it all cleaned up. There's also on this side, I don't know if it'll, yeah, it kind of shows it. Down here, I haven't stripped any of this off yet. Still got the dot numbers on the US DOT numbers on it. And I guess that's really about it for that. I do want to tell you guys also, I stripped the doors, as in the video, it showed that the doors, I disassembled the doors and everything. Let me just say that if you can fix your loadstar, paint the loadstar, whatever, without tearing it apart, okay, without tearing it up, the doors apart and stuff like this, do it. Like I tore it down, and I think this hinge should be replaced. It's all, you know, rusted pretty bad and everything. The pin itself, I'm sure you guys can't see it, but the pin itself is pretty thin, or getting pretty thin. It's got play in the hinge, so the door will probably sag. It probably was sagging. The seals, the window seals in here and here, if you can save them, save them. They're expensive. The vent window, like we found just the seals for the vent window was $500 or close to $500 at one place. We could buy a new old stock vent window, or the wing window there. We could buy the whole thing for, I want to say like around 300 bucks, give or take 50 bucks. Just the felt that goes in here, the seals that go around here, it adds up quick. These trucks, they are definitely not cheap. So I would suggest take your time. I mean, I didn't know this until after I already kind of screwed things up. I mean, the seals for the vent windows, I popped out and to get to the screws and everything, because well, the holes were too small for my screwdriver to fit in there. But just take your time, be careful, save yourself some money, and go from there. All right, hopefully next time I bring you back, I'm ready to shoot primer. I'm gonna, before I start putting any primer or anything on the cab, because I think I'm pretty much done with it. Oh, well, I got a little bit of sand in here on the cowl, but other than that, I think I'm done with it. I have to wipe it down yet. But as you can tell, this shop is a mess. All the dirt and stuff on the ground. So I'm gonna put you in hyperdrive. I'm gonna try and get this cleaned up a little bit, and before I start wiping it down and putting primer on it. got all the seam sealer on. I'm not sure. Oops. Okay. Not real sure how long I have to wait here before I can go ahead and spray the primer on. It's gonna tell me. Come on, tell me. How long? Okay, so looks like I have to let it sit for a half hour, and then I can go ahead and wipe everything down, and then I'll paint it. I guess until then, well, it'll only be a second for you, but for me, I guess I'll just sit back and relax for a minute until this is all ready to paint. I'm ready to go ahead and put a layer of primer on. Hope it's okay with you guys. I'm just gonna put you in hyperdrive for this because with the compressor kicking on and everything, it'll just be loud, and I'm just gonna put you in hyperdrive. I mean, I think my other videos show in real time me laying down some primer, so catch up with those videos. And I'll put you in hyperdrive and we'll go from there. Well, it's painted, or it's got primer on it. Some of the spots right here, it's kind of not from the primer, but the bodywork itself is a little lumpy, a little mashed potato-y, I guess you could say. And if my friend decides that he wants it smoother than that, then when we sand this down, because it's going to have to be sanded down again. I mean, not completely down, but sanded a little, sanded down, then going to have to put some high build over it. There's runs in it around the edges. That'll have to be fixed, or when we sand it down. But all in all, ooh, man. Ooh, keep my mask on or something. I had my garage door open for a minute, but anyway, so not too bad. I think it'll work. It'll keep it from rusting. Because I don't know how long. Yeah, I don't know how long it's gonna be before we end up. Oh my goodness, hold on. Let me open the door. All right, as I was saying, I don't know how long it's gonna be before we end up matching the cab and the chassis together. I'm hoping it's gonna be within the next couple weeks, but I'm not positive. I'm gonna take you off of here and walk around and show you the primer. Primer really isn't that big of a deal. I mean, the epoxy primer, I basically put it on so that it was protected, it wouldn't rust. Oh, maybe the camera will pick up. Oh yeah, see right there the lumpiness. So Andrew, the owner of this cab, he may decide to put a skim coat on it of filler. But anyways, the spots where I welded the roof in, you can't really tell. There's one right there, and oh yep, that one right there you can tell. So like I said, he may end up doing a skim coat on it of some filler. That right there is the imperfection, or the imperfections I was talking about. That I think the truck looks good with some of the imperfections. So all the seal, or all the stuff I put in the drip edge, you can still see a lip on it. That'll be all right. That'll fill in with some high build probably. The cowl, this one had filler put in it. It's not the greatest, but it'll do. Over here's the one I didn't put any filler in it. That's just, all right there you can see where I messed up and didn't grind it down before I welded this thing on there. But again, high build will take care of a lot of the stuff right here or whatever. It's under a hood. It's not gonna show. It's like, oh well, it'll work. I think you'll be very happy with it. The seam sealer that I put in here and in here looks really good. Let me get you turned around. Oh, stepping on trash. See that? I gotta get this garage or the shop picked up a little bit better. Yeah. Anyways, just wanted to say that I got it in primer. I'm happy it's in primer. It's protected. You know, it's starting to get colder out here in Michigan. And I just wanted a coat of protection on it. I know a lot of it's gonna end up, I mean, it's gonna get sanded down. And then, you know, with high build and stuff like that put on it. It's all good. So, I guess, with that being said, I just wanted to say, please subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for watching. What else? You can see me on Facebook at Valiant Customs. Also, I have an email. It's valiantcustoms777@gmail.com. What else? I guess that's really it. So thank you again for watching, and God bless, and I will catch you on the next one.